Hello community, welcome to a new story titled, My Wife Has Cheated on Me with Another Man. Well, let's get started, and don't forget to stay tuned for new stories and updates. I am 32 years old and my wife is 31 and we have been married a little over a year. We have been together for 10 years. We have been through some tough times but have always been there for each other. We were going through a rough patch and started getting close to another guy and were losing connection. The kids started noticing that mom and dad were always arguing, so I left the family home, as that was a big problem for me and we had talked about maybe never going back to work. As time went on while I left, I was distraught at first. Worst thing imaginable. I got everything I ever wanted, all of a sudden she didn't love me anymore and couldn't understand why she wouldn't try, and if she was really happy to throw everything away. I was not a great husband up until I left. In terms of lack of attention, drinking myself silly. As the weeks went on, I was convinced that there was no way back. Things had run its course and unfortunately that was it. I kept contact to a minimal, only to speak if it was about the kids. As much as it hurt not being close anymore, I was training my mind to deal with that being it. After about 2 months and many texts saying she's so sorry for everything and she misses me, and every time I'd pick up and drop the kids off, she didn't want me to leave. I decided to come back to see if it could work. Since being back, she's been really trying. We've been getting along very well, enjoyed being together again and been very apologetic, but in the last few days she's been a bit off. Didn't think too much into it, but tonight she sat me down and told me the guy who she'd been getting close to have slept together a few times while I left. This is something I never thought she would ever do. After knowing her for so long, didn't think she was capable. I guess for fellow Redditors, is this something you would be able to get past? There's a lot on stake here: kids, house, marriage. She's been my best friend for 10 years and stuck by me at my lowest. I know if there's somehow of moving forward, then I've got to live with it and accept it, but how is that possible? Update 1. A lot of comments regarding abandonment. I left because of the impact it was having on my kids, thinking it was okay to argue, and at the last resort, I tried to convince her to work on it, try counseling, spend more time together, albeit too late in her head. I tried everything until left. I thought I was doing the right thing in keeping her in our house with the kids. We rarely argued in front of them, but they're like sponges and notice things. I've gone out straight to work today and she's working later, so won't be much progress until tomorrow probably. Comentarios de esta historia. 1. So if I read correctly, you left the house because she was in the beginning stages of an affair, then instead of patching things up she had relations with the guy who was the whole reason you left in the first place, and is now saying she's sorry after she did exactly what you feared she's doing. If so, leave, dude. I know it's been 10 years, but who TF treats someone like that? Especially after 10 years of being together. If you go back, it basically says she can treat you however TF she wants and it doesn't matter. You will forever be paranoid every time she mentions a new coworker or any other guy's name. You really want to live like that? 2. I know it's been 10 years, but who TF treats someone like that? Especially after 10 years of being together. My ex. We were together for 10 years. She had a depressive episode and decided to have relationships with other guys while I was staying away. I forgave the first affair. Yes, I'm an idiot, and she had relationships with another guy 6 months later. That was the end. We ended it. I met my current wife and we've been together for 20 years now. The ex is, as far as I can tell, now alone with animals, cats, horses. Whatever. Not my problem anymore. Wow, thank you for sharing your story. Hate this. I know I'll be alright. I have been before, but now I need to have a deep think whether I can look at her the same. What did you think about this story? Also, do not forget to stay tuned for new stories and updates. Greetings. Second story. I need advice. I have committed an infidelity and affair to my husband. What should I do? So here's the thing. I have recently become very close to a wonderful couple on the road that the kids play together often. I love them both, the husband and wife. I even attend their backyard wedding in July. I am currently in a 6-year relationship with what seems more like a roommate than a couple. So we do our own thing and never wonder where we were or who we are with. Husband is extremely attractive, my type to perfection. We have always gone out as a group or with the kids, but one day he stopped over my house and we got to talking. It wasn't the first time he had been over alone and we just had a conversation, but this time it was different. You could feel the tension. I could feel his eyes piercing my skin as I bent over to get something off the floor. The way he would turn away and adjust himself, how he spoke to me in a calm, soothing tone. Somehow the conversation came about how dull our partners were in bed. How we both craved excitement. I mentioned maybe if we found someone to satisfy our needs, then home life would be better. I was never meaning for us to do it, but I can't deny I have thought about it and absolutely wanted him. He said to me, I think we could make it work, keep it casual and to ourselves, and we'll be fine. Next thing I know, I'm locking the door and off to the bedroom with him. I proceeded to give him oral. He told me how beautiful I was and how perfect my body is. Words I never hear from my partner. After he left, he called me to talk about meeting again soon and what would work for both of us. So the next day I got out of work a little early to meet up with him again. This time same thing happens, I gave him oral. He said thank you, kissed me, and proceeded to make normal conversation about the kids and such. I asked him if this was all this would be, me fulfilling his needs. He said I think so. What? How is that fair after all the things we talked about wanting to do? I was upset over that. Is it that he feels better about cheating if there's no actual relationships involved? But me, being the emotional wreck I've always been, is starting to develop feelings for this man, but I'm not able to text him in fear his wife could see. Do you think I'm being used for his oral pleasure? Does he even care about me at all? It all seems so wrong but feels so right at the same time, but I'm losing it. I can't sleep, I can't focus at work because I can't get him off my mind. I hope that when we are all together I can hide my emotions. Should I stop before it goes too far? Opinions, why cons, Joes. 1. You should come clean. You ruined everyone's life and now you don't even care about anyone but yourself. That's complicated all levels. If your partner is only a roommate, then they shouldn't care, unless again it was only you who felt you were roommates, and you were friends with this man's wife. Some friend. Edit. Also. Op. When the two of you were talking about how upset you were in the bedroom, was your only complaint that his wife won't give him oral? Sorry, Op, but you sound like someone he would say this to directly, and you basically agreed before and after that you would be his milk guzzler. A wife, kids, a home. Was worth being a mouth toy for you. Tell that to his wife so you can regain some dignity. 2. It takes two to cheat. Do you think I'm being used for his oral pleasure? Yes, but this is what you wanted. Does he even care about me at all? Not really, but this is what you wanted. Should I stop before it goes too far? Too late, you have cheated, putting your relationship and his relationship at risk. And kids involved, if you were not satisfied with your relationship with your partner. Break up, divorce, or whatever, do not cheat. Do you really think the truth will never come out? 3. Second, should you stop before it goes too far? It already has gone too far. You keep saying partner. Is this a boyfriend? Girlfriend? Husband? Yes, he is using you. That's what cheaters do. They use each other for relationships. People like you make me sick. You have a person who you pretend to care about working, taking care of you, and when some guy comes over hot, all it takes are a few compliments and you're on your knees swallowing his D, but he said I was pretty. Well, I guess it makes it all better then. I mean, he call you pretty. Wish growing up I knew that's all it takes, and it's not like you are sorry for what you've done. You're just mad he didn't F you. What a POS. No care for your partner. No care for your kids. Just me. 4. You've already gone too far. He's using you and it is obvious he has no other use for you. Besides the damage you will do to your spouses when they find out, you both also have children that seem to regularly interact with each other. Do you think they will come out off this unscathed? Or do you just not care? I understand adults have needs, but if you're not happy in your marriage, talk to your spouse and either get a divorce or open your marriage. Don't actively pursue married people who are not in non-monogamous relationships. If you end up used and hurt, this is your own doing and you don't deserve any sympathy. 5. So you developed instant feelings as soon as his cucumber entered your mouth. You both talked before anything happened, agreeing that relationships would only be casual, meeting each other's needs, and now you wonder if you are being used for his pleasure. Do you listen to yourself? Seriously, do you hear what you are saying? You sound delusional. I'll never understand why females lie to themselves that they can engage in casual relationships, but the second anything sexual happens, bam, instantly have feelings and are expecting to be treated like royalty. LMAO, ha ha ha. 6. You have been played and used. I am sorry. He told you what you wanted to hear to get what he wanted. Just as you lie to your partner and friend, he lies to you. Good luck. What did you think about this story? Also, do not forget to stay tuned for new stories and updates. Greetings.